Astro Bot, released in September 2024, has achieved significant success both critically and commercially. Within the first 2 months of its release, Astro Bot sold over 1.5 million copies, as reported by Sony Interactive Entertainment. The game has been met with widespread acclaim, holding a Metacritic score of 87. Reviewers have praised its inventive level design, engaging gameplay, and nostalgic homage to PlayStation's history. IGN described it as a collection of endlessly inventive levels and fantastically fun abilities, delivering joy in spades. The gamer stated that Astro Bot celebrates PlayStation history, but does it so well it becomes an indelible part of it. Destructoid noted that the game stands on its own as a breezy and occasionally challenging platformer. Awards and recognition. Astro Bot has been recognized as one of the best games of 2024. Mary Station awarded it the Game of the Year, GOTY, 2024, highlighting Team Asobi's homage to PlayStation's 35th anniversary. GQ included it in their list of the best video games of 2024, noting its delightful 3D platforming and celebration of PlayStation's history. Astro Bot has not only achieved impressive sales figures, but has also garnered critical acclaim for its design, gameplay, and nostalgic elements, solidifying its status as one of the standout titles of 2024. Black Myth: Wukong, released in August 2024, has been widely acclaimed for its stunning visuals, engaging combat, and deep roots in Chinese mythology. Critics have praised its challenging boss fights and immersive world-building. IGN rated the game 8 out of 10, describing it as a great action game with fantastic combat, exciting bosses, and a few too many bugs. GameGrin awarded it a 9 out of 10, highlighting the very pretty scenery and memorable characters and boss fights, calling it a breath of fresh air. Commercially, the game achieved significant success, selling over 10 million copies shortly after release. Additionally, it was featured among the top 5 PlayStation 5 games of 2024, with The Sun noting its genre-blending elements and challenging boss fights reminiscent of Souls-like games. Overall, Black Myth: Wukong stands out as a major release in 2024, offering a compelling action RPG experience despite some technical shortcomings.
On a distant world, he must face one of humanity's most fearsome adversaries, the Tyranids. As you take control,
as of 2024, Warhammer 40,000: Space Marine 2 has been a significant success, both critically and commercially, building on the positive reception of its predecessor and delivering a compelling follow-up that appeals to both fans of the franchise and newcomers to the Warhammer 40K universe. Here's a breakdown of its success in 2024. Strong reviews: Warhammer 40,000. Space Marine 2 received generally positive reviews from critics and players alike. Critics praised the game's polished combat mechanics, improved visuals, and engaging story that stayed true to the grimdark tone of the Warhammer 40k universe. The combat system, which blends third-person shooting with brutal melee combat, featuring the iconic chainsword, was hailed as visceral and satisfying. Players enjoyed the combat flow, which felt dynamic, fast-paced, and brutal, in line with the franchise's tone, story, and lore. The game continued the story of Captain Titus, with the narrative being a key highlight. The game's plot explores the conflict between the Imperium of Man, Chaos, and other factions within the 40k universe, while retaining the grimdark atmosphere the franchise is known for. Fans of the lore appreciated the depth of the narrative, even if some felt the story could have been more expansive or innovative. Sales performance. In 2024, Space Marine 2 has been a strong seller for Focus Entertainment, the publisher, and Saber Interactive, the developer. Sales have exceeded expectations, especially considering the competitive market of AAA releases. It was one of the top-selling games in the year's first quarter, benefiting from both the high-profile nature of the Warhammer 40k franchise and a dedicated fan base that was eagerly anticipating a return to the Space Marine series.
Where you'll be able to pit yourselves against other players. 6 Space Marines clash against 6 of their sworn Chaos adversaries in arenas inspired by the game's rich settings. Choose your preferred rule set, be it the intense Annihilation Deathmatch, strategic Seize Ground, or the exhilarating Capture and Control.
Path of Exile 2, released in early access on December 6, 2024, has garnered significant attention for its ambitious enhancements to the action RPG genre. Critics have lauded its refined gameplay mechanics, expansive skill system, and compelling world building. IGN awarded the game an 8 out of 10, noting that Path of Exile 2's redefined action and surprisingly fleshed-out endgame have gotten this sequel off to an exciting start, even in its predictably rocky early access state. Rock Paper Shotgun praised the game's depth, stating, "Even incomplete, this huge early access ARPG is a gem, with a unique and flexible skill system and compelling world." PC Games In highlighted the game's bold approach, commenting, "After 1 week with Path of Exile 2 early access, I'm excited to see what the future holds for this bold rewriting of the ARPG rulebook." Seasoned Gaming emphasized the improvements in presentation, stating, "Path of Exile 2 is a noticeable step up in overall quality of presentation, from the detailed and more varied environments to the animations and..." In terms of gameplay, the sequel introduces a more deliberate combat system, incorporating a dodge roll mechanic inspired by titles like Elden Ring. This shift offers a more tactical approach compared to its predecessor's faster pace. The revamped skill gem system provides players with greater flexibility in customizing their abilities, enhancing the depth of character builds. Overall, Path of Exile 2 is shaping up to be a noteworthy successor, building upon the strengths of the original while introducing innovative features that enrich the player experience.
May your memories live
May
on.
your memories live on.
Forever. Is this what Adam was talking about? We have to go down.
You can't come back from this!
Stellar Blade, formerly known as Project Eve, has generally received positive to mixed reviews, with some praising its action gameplay, visual design, and character-driven storytelling, while others noted areas for improvement. stunning visuals. One of the standout aspects of Stellar Blade is its striking visual presentation. The game features high-quality character models, detailed environments, and smooth animations. The art style draws heavily from anime influences, with a focus on vibrant, futuristic landscapes juxtaposed with post-apocalyptic settings. Engaging combat. The combat system is fast-paced and fluid, reminiscent of other action games like Devil May Cry and Bayonetta. The protagonist, Eve, has a variety of combos, special abilities, and a fluid combat flow that encourages dynamic gameplay. The game also incorporates quick-time events, QTEs, during certain sequences, which some players find enjoyable. Character and story. The game centers around Eve, a character who is on a mission to save humanity from monstrous creatures in a world ravaged by a disaster. While some have criticized the story for being somewhat predictable, others have found the character development to be compelling, especially Eve's motivations and relationships with other characters. Stellar Blade 2024 has garnered attention for its polished aesthetics, smooth combat mechanics, and strong character design. However, it struggles with some narrative and gameplay repetition that holds it back from being a standout in the action RPG genre. It may appeal more to fans of visually rich, action-heavy experiences, but those looking for a deeper or more innovative story may find it lacking.
Say hello to Jimbo. He's just a joker. In any other game, he's left out the deck and has no value. But in Balatro, Jimbo and other jokers upgrade your poker hands, allowing you to create powerful card synergies. Every run requires a new strategy. Harness these jokers to their full potential and optimize your deck to defeat tricky enemy boss blinds. Wield the mystic power of tarot cards to enhance your individual playing cards and upgrade the poker hands you play with planet packs and vouchers.
Balatro, released in February 2024, has been widely acclaimed for its innovative blend of poker mechanics with roguelike deck-building elements. The game has received universal acclaim, according to review aggregator Metacritic, with a score of 94 out of 100. Critics have praised Balatro's addictive gameplay and clever design. IGN awarded it a 9 out of 10, describing it as a deck-building poker roguelike of endlessly satisfying proportions. The Guardian referred to it as possibly the most addictive thing ever created. Commercially, Balatro has been a significant success. Within 8 hours of release, the game grossed over $1 million. It sold over 250,000 copies in the first 3 days, 500,000 copies in the first 10 days, and surpassed 1 million sales within the first month. By December 2024, it had reached over 3.5 million copies sold. The game has also garnered several accolades. At the Game Awards 2024, Balatro won Best Independent Game, Best Debut Indie Game, and Best Mobile Game. It also received Best Indie Game and Breakthrough Awards at the Golden Joystick Awards 2024.
Myths. History. Just different ways to interpret the past. Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs, scattered and buried. Just waiting to be found.
You can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me. Throughout history, mankind has built sites of great spiritual significance. If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe,
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, released in December 2024, has achieved notable success both critically and commercially. In its debut week ending December 14, 2024, the game ranked as the second best-selling title in the US in terms of dollar sales, trailing only behind Call of Duty: Black Ops 6. The game has been met with widespread acclaim, holding a Metacritic score of 87. Reviewers have praised its engaging narrative, authentic Indiana Jones elements, and immersive gameplay. The Times described it as a standout video game that returns the iconic character to his adventurous roots, highlighting its cinematic essence and thrilling recreation of classic Indiana Jones moments. Despite its late release in the year, which rendered it ineligible for the Game Awards 2024, many believe it would have been a strong contender for Game of the Year due to its excellent storytelling and high production values. Overall, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle has been both a commercial success and a critical darling, revitalizing the franchise in the gaming medium and delivering an experience that resonates with both fans of the series and newcomers alike.
Beyond your control.
You should know by now. I am always in control.
Then prove to me these are more than empty words.
We may struggle with fear and anxiety, but we shape our own destiny. With our own hand. Without an heir to wear the crown, what will become of the royal?
As of 2024, Metaphor, Refantazio, the highly anticipated RPG developed by Atlas, has garnered a strong level of success, both critically and commercially. Here's a breakdown of how well it performed in the various key areas that contribute to its overall success. Positive reviews. Metaphor, Refantazio received largely positive reviews from critics, with many praising its unique blend of fantasy and modernity, the depth of its narrative, and its innovative gameplay mechanics. Atlas' reputation for creating strong role-playing experiences helped raise expectations, and the game largely delivered on them. Innovative design. The game's art style was lauded for being both striking and original. It draws from a mix of classic fantasy tropes and modern, surreal elements, blending them in ways that set it apart from more traditional fantasy RPGs. The music, composed by Shoji Meguro, famous for his work on the Persona series, received special mention for enhancing the emotional depth of the game's setting and characters. Strong sales at launch. Metaphor, Refantazio saw a solid launch, particularly in Japan, where Atlas has a strong presence. Early sales numbers indicated that the game quickly became one of the top-selling RPGs in the region, pushing past initial sales expectations for a new IP. Even though the franchise wasn't as well known as the Persona or Shin Megami Tensei series, in 2024, Metaphor, Refantazio has been a critical and commercial success for Atlas. It stands out as a unique RPG with a rich world, engaging combat, and a deep story that resonates with fans of Atlas' previous work, particularly the Persona and Shin Megami Tensei series. While not reaching the heights of Atlas' most iconic franchises in terms of sales, it has carved out its own place in the RPG landscape, attracting both a dedicated fanbase and wider attention in the gaming community. Animal Well garnered strong praise in 2024 for its unique blend of atmospheric exploration, puzzle solving, and mysterious storytelling. Developed by Shared Memory and published by Annapurna Interactive, the game continued to captivate audiences for its art direction, sound design, and deep sense of immersion, atmosphere, and art style. Animal Well's standout feature is its lush, pixel art visuals, which combine modern techniques with a nostalgic 16-bit style. Players are often drawn in by the soft glow of bioluminescent plants, dark caverns, and otherworldly creatures. The art direction fosters a sense of wonder, as the environment feels alive and dynamic, enhancing the game's mysterious vibe. Sound design and music. The game's ambient soundscape was lauded for its ability to create a rich atmosphere. With minimal dialogue or narrative exposition, the sound and music often communicate the tone of the story. Critical reception. By 2024, Animal Well had received mostly positive reviews, especially for its originality and the unique experience it offered. while some players found the slow-paced exploration and obscure puzzles a bit challenging. On the technical side, Animal Well was well optimized, with smooth performance across platforms. Players on both PC and PlayStation were able to enjoy the game without significant issues, although the somewhat abstract nature of the game meant it didn't appeal to everyone. For those who enjoyed slower, more thoughtful gameplay, it was seen as a standout title in the indie scene.
Locations impacted in beam sectors Delta.
Field Research Training Module 1. While conducting your field research out in the Olympic exclusion zone, you may find conditions unkind to your personal transport unit. Steel and rubber in particular are extremely susceptible to zone conditions. In your toolkit, you have access to the basic equipment you need to maintain your transport. When out on the field, make sure to utilize all appropriate safety gear and equipment. ARDA does not condone petty theft. However, should you find yourself in a life-threatening situation, you may at times borrow from your surroundings.
Pacific Drive, developed by Ironwood Studios, has been met with a mixed to positive reception, drawing praise for its atmospheric design, innovative mechanics, and survival elements. Critical reception. Unique concept. Critics generally agreed that Pacific Drive offered a unique premise in the survival game genre, blending driving mechanics with traditional survival elements. The game revolves around a journey through a post-apocalyptic Pacific Northwest, where players must drive, scavenge, and repair their vehicle while facing unpredictable weather conditions and supernatural forces. Atmosphere and world building. The game's atmosphere and visual design received high praise, particularly for its portrayal of the rugged terrain, the eerie beauty of the environment, and its immersive take on the Pacific Northwest. The eerie yet captivating environments were one of the strongest aspects of the game, evoking feelings of both awe and unease. Critics often noted how the mysterious fog, storms, and unpredictable occurrences contributed to a gripping atmosphere. Strong indie launch. Pacific Drive had a successful launch for an indie game, particularly given its unique concept and independent studio backing. While it didn't break into the mainstream, the game performed well in the niche survival and driving genres, where it gained a dedicated following. It was especially well received by players who enjoy open-world survival games, and those who have a particular interest in post-apocalyptic themes. Pacific Drive was moderately successful in 2024, receiving strong critical praise for its atmosphere, survival mechanics, and driving gameplay, though it faced some criticisms over pacing, repetitiveness, and a lack of clear direction. While not a massive commercial hit,
So long as it does not interfere with official equipment, ARDA is not liable for any injuries or death suffered as a result. That's it for today's training. Happy